So Databricks just launched File. If you build with video, audio, images, or documents as data, you probably saw the announcement because it's now multimodal data native to the lakehouse. And it completely delivers on that for Databricks users. So your media gets stored and governed right alongside your tables. But storing your media and building applications on top of it are two pretty different problems. So File lets you run AI on your media, but pulling frames from a video still takes a custom UDF that you write. Searching it takes a separate index. And all of those are pieces that you need to build and maintain yourself. And you'll do it for every single project. It's always a little bit boilerplate and a little bit bespoke at the same time. Pixeltable takes a different approach, where all of this work ends up living in your table. It's a true OLTP database system built for multimodal data, where the data schema is the source of truth. So you declare the models, the transformations, and your embeddings just once, and the database keeps every result correct, versioned, and queryable as new data flows in. There's no pipeline to build, no index to sync. You can just write a query and get to work. If that's something that fits your workflow, keep watching, and I'll walk you through the same Databricks demo from their launch post with Pixeltable. We'll build the whole thing from frame extraction, object detection, and search with a single schema. So in this video, we're going to query your video like it's actual data. So Databricks did just launch File, as I mentioned before. They use dashcam videos for their demo. So I've found 3 dashcam videos that we're going to query like their actual data. I'm going to show you how to use Pixeltable to do everything in a single schema file. So we're going to turn raw video clips into detected, searchable, and version data. Now, at the beginning of this, all you need to really know is that I'm using a schema.py file, and that defines my entire multimodal infrastructure in a single file. PXT schema update, using the CLI that ships with Pixeltable, applies it. So the Databricks File demo splits all of this work that I'm doing right here across a UDF, a separate job, and then a search system that's on the side. In Pixeltable, this is a single schema. So it takes a video and it uses in Pixeltable what's called a view with a frame iterator to extract frames at 1 frame per second. Then I'm running YOLOX object detection on those frames. And then I'm also doing clip embedding so that I have multimodal semantic search across those frames. What I'm doing here is I'm using PXT schema update just to make sure my catalog is up to date. And then if I run this, this is taking my already existing now tables. So this is essentially my data infrastructure that I defined in my schema.py file. And I'm going to be able to work with them in this notebook. They're stored in my local Pixeltable database. So here's the frames table. And this is the table that is derived from my videos table up here. Videos is where I'm actually inserting the video files into. Frames is where I've run that iterator over it and I'm pulling out 1 frame per second. And what I'm showing you here is an example table schema. So this is just for one of the tables, the one called frames. And you can see that it's derived from the videos table. And I have a few things that are computed with the frame iterator, for example, the frames themselves. And then I'm also doing YOLOX. So you can see everything is tracked in this computed with column. And this is kind of the magic of Pixeltable already, which is that it gives you a single schema and allows you to update it as you work. And then anything that I insert into this base table, the videos table, automatically runs through any of these other hierarchical tables that build on top of that. So I get all of this incrementally and automatically maintained for me just from building it in my schema.py file. So let's start by inserting 2 dashcam clips. So one insert is going to run the entire pipeline, extracting 1 frame per second, running YOLOX on each frame, and then adding every frame to the clip index. I'm using some public clips here that I found. There's 3 that are listed in this code chunk, but I'm going to insert just 2 for now, and then we'll insert a 3rd one in a little bit. So you can see it takes just a moment for us to work, but what it's actually doing is it's inserting into that video table. It's flowing through my hierarchy of tables, so it's extracting frames, doing all those computations on them, and that means that when I actually go to explore this new frames table, for example, I actually have data there. So I already have the frames from the video that I just inserted. You can see that I have the detections. I also have computed the number of detections, so the number of objects detected. And I've pulled out the label names using Cocoa. And then you can see I've also overlaid the bounding boxes on top of the frames themselves. You can't see it here, but those are actually labeled as well. So that was all just a consequence of the insert because I'd already set up my schema.py file to do all those computations for me. So let's inspect the detected objects now. So the detections view is another view on top of that videos table. And so this takes those frames that I just computed and it just filters out anything where nothing was detected. So where anything was detected, it goes into my detections view. So this hold frames where what YOLOX found an object, and then the boxes were drawn on insert. So this reads all the stored results. This is the same detection step as the Databricks demo, but YOLOX is a computed column here in Pixeltable in the schema. So the table maintains this automatically and incrementally for me. It's not a separate job. It's not a separate script. So here you can see I'm doing a simple query on detected frames. I'm looking for anything where the detected frames label names includes bicycle or bus. And then you can see really quickly the label names. You can see all of the columns that you need to be able to verify the output. And this allows you to quickly screen the videos, see where objects or events of interest to you happened. We can also search by scene. So the Databricks demo actually stops at detection. So this is going a little bit beyond that. So here I've used clip as part of my schema.py. So I'm using the clip embedding model, and that helps me match a sentence against an entire frame. So it's really good at like scene level queries. So you can search for a kind of place and matching clips will come back to it. So for example, if you've got a bunch of driving videos like I have, you could look for things like oceans or bridges or, more city scenes. So here I'm looking for a busy inner city street, and you can see that I'm finding all of the frames where that lines up. So this is separate from the object detections. This just allows you to be able to quickly find similar scenes to what you're looking for in text. You can also give clip an image as input. So you could give it an image and say, find me all the other frames that are more similar to this. We can also search one video. So we can do the same clip query scoped to one clip. So remember, I inserted two. So these are just for the Oldenburg Bridge crossing. And now we can add a third clip. So this is a Madeira highway drive. So when I do this, when I insert this video, only the new frames are extracted, detected, and embedded. It doesn't do all of the work it already did for me, so it helps me to maintain my costs, and it also helps me to maintain the reliability of my data because I don't have to go back through and make sure that everything ran correctly or the way that I think it did if I've already checked it out. This just means I'm adding a single new row to that videos table, and then it's flowing through to my frames table and my detections table. Frames and detections are both views on top of the parent frame, so that work happens automatically and incrementally for me. Now, Lakeflow is incremental too. The difference is that Pixeltable keeps the media, the models, and the index all in that kind of magical schema that allows me to track the history as I go and also just see transparently exactly what I've used, which models I've used, and which inputs led to which outputs. So once you add a clip, only its new frames are computed. The first ones never move or change. You can also search the new clip right away so we can query it. The new clip is already in the index. Again, that is automatically and incrementally maintained by Pixeltable for me. So here we can look for the ocean, and we see that in this new video, the Madeira Highway Drive, there's a few ocean scenes. So the index lives in the table alongside it. It's actually part of the schema. I'm going to show you that right now. So here, I've shown you with frames that I was searching across the actual frame itself. That's where the clip embedding is. So let's look at the schema for frames. And if you scroll to the bottom, you can see that there's the embedding index right there. So the index name is frame clip IDX, and you can see the actual embedding model that was used to create it. And then finally, I'm going to show you the history here. Let's look at frames history. So you can see any changes to the schema as well as changes to the data as we went along. You can see inserts, updates, deletes, errors. And if we did actually have an error upon insert, because Pixeltable enables us to have multimodal type safety as well as type validation upon insert, you'd be able to track those down. You can use special fields to be able to query those as data and also recompute as needed. So in this video, I relied on a single file to set up my entire data infrastructure. I used a single file called schema.py to set up my Pixeltable schema for the dashcam vision pipeline. In Pixeltable, this pipeline consists of 3 tables as part of like a 2-level table hierarchy. So the first table I created is called videos, and that's just the base table. That's where I insert my source dashcam clips and I extracted some metadata. The second level starts when I create a table called frames. That's a view on top of the videos table, and in that I extract 1 frame per second, I added a clip embedding index for multimodal embeddings, and I added YOLOX object detections and did some additional computed columns based on the output. The third table is called detections, and it's also a view. It's a filtered view where I'm filtering out only those frames that I detect where YOLOX detected an object. Real quick, I'm going to scan down below so you can get a preview of how I specified these tables in Pixeltable, because it's different than what you might currently see in our docs or in a lot of our other videos on this YouTube channel. So you can see that I'm setting up with the typical imports, but then I do this line here, which I'm setting up a table model there from model base. I define a UDF. And then here's where I set up my first table, and I set it up as a class. So if you're familiar with SQL Alchemy or Pydantic, this might look familiar to you as syntax. So the table is called videos, the name is videos, and it's building off of that model base. So this is my source dashcam videos, and I'm going to insert local files here, but you could also insert S3 URLs, HTTP addresses. Pixeltable deals with media references. And there's actually 4 columns in this table called videos, video, title, route, and metadata. And you can see that each of them have specified the specific Pixeltable multimodal media type. So we have video, strings, and here we're getting some metadata. So that's probably going to be a JSON column. The second table I'm making is frames. That's on top of the base videos table that I just created. Here you can see I'm using a Pixeltable iterator as a frame iterator to be able to sample 1 frame per second. And then I'm doing a bunch of computations below. So here I'm adding indexes with this class-based schema. So I'm adding an embedding using the Hugging Face version of the clip model by OpenAI. I'm also using YOLOX for object detections, and then I'm counting the number of detections, pulling out the label names using that UDF that you saw at the very top. And I am also computing some labeled frames here using some Pixeltable built-in vision functions. The last table is called detections, and you can see that that's where I'm filtering out from the previous table frames for the number of detections greater than 0. So that's the schema in a nutshell and literally in a single schema.py file.